The more I try, the more I fail. I came across a message like this and I felt like, wow, it really hit home. I wanted to know more about this. Like, how true is it? Because I feel like this is exactly the phase of life I'm in right now, wondering why the harder I dedicate myself, the more I try, the less I seem to get. And while I was searching for answers out of this curiosity, I stumbled upon a keyword that made me think, wow, this is it. This is really true. Life is simple. The only thing that makes life hard is myself, right? Isn't that true? Which means, honestly, life might not be that difficult. If you want to be healthy, just eat less and move more. If you want your finances to be good, just don't spend more than you earn. It's as simple as that. But we as people tend to like things to be complicated. We like complexity, for example. 47 morning routines. Make sure you do them, okay? If you can actually do them, you feel proud, powerful, mysterious, like you have something special to accomplish. But honestly, it might not be that necessary because we forget one thing. In reality, in this life, the things we can actually do, have the power to do, and can control are very few. It's just a tiny bit compared to the whole world and our entire lives. In this video, we're gonna go on a quest for a treasure called relax. How do we relax? Where does relaxation even begin? Well, I've done some research and I want everyone to take a look at the word relax because I truly believe it can be incredibly beneficial for living your life, achieving success, financial discipline, and building wealth. And if you can really do it, it might just change the path you take toward your own success. So you can feel comfortable for the long haul, maybe even for your whole life. Support Sin Money Motor by scanning this QR code, or like, share, and comment to chat. Most importantly, please hit that subscribe button for me. Now, let's go treasure hunting for relax together in this series, Treasure Hunt with the Little Demon. Have you ever felt like when you really want something, like you want to be rich, famous, successful, get a raise, win someone's heart, or become their partner, the harder you try, the more out of reach it seems. Like the more you chase it, the further away it gets. Have you ever felt that way? This actually happens to a lot of people, so much so that there's even a theory about it called the backward law. The more you want something, the further away it seems. Do you know why? Because when want something too much, the thing we can't control is that we end up forcing it. And forcing something is basically pushing it even further away. For example, take sleeping. When you really want to sleep and you force yourself to fall asleep, does it ever work? It doesn't. Or when you want love, you want someone to love you so badly, so you chase after them. Do everything you can to try to make them love you to the point of trying to force it. Honestly, that person just runs away. Want to be rich? Oh, you want this stock so badly, you chase after it. Keep buying at higher prices, and in the end, you get crushed. Want to get rich quick? Well, money just runs away from you too. I've been there. It's like the more you struggle, the more hopeless it gets. It's like pushing opportunities further and further away. It's like someone drowning, someone who can't swim and is drowning. The more they struggle, the faster they sink. They run out of air even quicker. You get the picture, right? Funny thing is, I know what I'm saying isn't new. Most people already know this. Honestly, haven't you felt this? I think few people haven't gone through it. The more you try and want it, the less you get. Everyone knows this. Like athletes, they know overthinking before a competition makes them perform worse. Artists know if they're not feeling it and force themselves to be creative or find ideas, that's basically killing the work before it even has a chance to exist. For me, when I'm bored, burned out, or just can't do it anymore, if I force myself to write a script or something, it just doesn't work. Even if I manage to get something out, it's not good. Later on, I happened to come across a technique that I think is worth sharing. If you're not in the mood to do something, then just don't do it. What's hard for me though is that I have to force myself to get it done because I need to write OGs, right? Since I have to release 3 examples a week. But what happens is, if it's just reading, I can do that. But if I have to force myself to create something, I just can't. Let's say I already have a topic to write about. I'll do the research, finish reading, and then I'll just go do something relaxing, like take a shower, hang out, have a drink, or sometimes even take a nap. Then I'll wake up the next morning and start writing because I found that our brains, when they get to relax, they process things on their own. And when you let your brain process things by itself, sometimes it ends up being smarter than when you try really hard to think. So, since I happened to discover this way of doing things, I started looking into whether there are any principles that could help me develop this approach even further. That's when I came across a theory called the control paradox. It means that the more we can let go, it will come to you on its own. In the theory of the control paradox, they say that the Stoics, this is ancient knowledge that people have known for over 2,000 years, knew that in life there are only two things we can control: our actions and our reactions. So, editor, please draw a big circle. Inside that big circle, there's a smaller circle, about 20%, which represents the things we can control: our actions, our reactions. This is called the circle of influence. It only makes up about 20% of our lives. The area outside that circle, that's about other people, other people's business. Don't get involved or poke your nose in. That's life, and it's everything we can't control. They call this the circle of concern, and it takes up about 80% of our lives. According to this theory, they say that we should only focus on what's inside your circle of influence, the specific actions you can take and what you can control. That's enough. As for all those things in the circle of concern, you simply have to let them go from time to time. Picture this. Imagine you're a surfer. What you can actually do is just train yourself to be a better surfer, or make sure all of your equipment is prepared well. If you even have the slightest thought that you can control the ocean, that's just delusional. It's an action or a thought or a worry that's completely pointless. You see what I mean? So with this vast, endless ocean, I'm just a single tiny surfer. All I can do is practice surfing as best as I can, no matter what kind of waves come my way. It's not about trying to control the waves. Just like in real life, no one can control the economy. No one can control what the president of the United States thinks. There's really nothing we can control, and we don't have the influence to tell them what to do either. Whether the government raises VAT or not, there's pretty much nothing we can do about it, right? The only thing we can do is develop our own financial habits to be the best they can be. That's it. Like when we leave the house, can we control whether there's traffic or not? No, we can't control the traffic. The only thing we can do is allow extra time when we leave the house to minimize the risk as much as possible. But let's say we've already left early, planned ahead, but then there's an accident on the road, and in the end, at that point, we have a choice. We can get angry or irritated if we want, but if we do, it's not like we'll get there any faster. It's not wrong to be mad, but you're just ruining your own mood for no reason. It doesn't actually help. Some might hear this and say, "No way. I love getting mad. I have to vent or curse. Why should I just let it go?" If you love being that way, then go all out, embrace it, because that's just who you are. But if by chance one day you suddenly feel like you want to try being more chill, try being patient, or try doing only things that are actually useful, and you wonder how you can control those outbursts, well, there's another theory. I don't know if it really works, but I found a super simple method. They say the easiest thing to do is just try sleeping first. Try going to bed earlier. Scientists have discovered that in our brains, there's a process in the brain that gets rid of waste and all sorts of clutter that's going on up there. It might even help calm down that irritable side of you a bit. So on any day when you see me sigh getting snappy during a live stream, you can probably guess that I didn't get enough sleep. Okay, let's get back to the main point. The brain is actually made up of 60% fat, weighing about 1.4 kilograms, and it uses quite a lot of energy. It burns about 20% of the calories we take in each day. To put it quite simply, our brain is like a supercomputer that is built directly into our heads, and it's a supercomputer that requires regular maintenance, which is sleep each and every night. That's how it stays organized, clean, and able to function at its very best. So going to bed early is like resetting your brain. And this nightly reset is absolutely essential for our health. It has a huge impact on your ability to think creatively, your memory, and your emotional control. The next thing I want to tell you is no matter who you were or what you've been through, don't worry, this is your story. The lyrics might give away your age, but whether you've experienced happiness or suffering, believe it or not, there's actually a theory that says, in the end, your brain will reset itself. Like, oh, you were happy? Oh, you were sad? It'll just adjust itself back to a neutral state. It happens automatically because, according to the theory, the brain has a happiness set point. This is called the happiness set point, and the average value of this happiness set point is about 6 months. That means no matter how happy you get, like incredibly, overwhelmingly happy, or how deeply you suffer, your brain will try to adjust itself back to a neutral state, or neutro, within 6 months. And this happens with pretty much everything. Like, for example, if someone wins the lottery and suddenly becomes a millionaire, like wins the first prize, there's a high chance that within 6 months, they'll go back to their original financial state. Or if you have an accident and need major surgery, the human body's surgical wounds will heal and return to something close to normal within 6 months. Or if someone gets their heart broken, oh man, it hurts so much. You feel like you're dying, and you try to forget them within a week, going out to bars and drinking alcohol and all that. 6 months later, if a friend asks you, hey, how are you doing? Are you okay? You'll eventually ask, wait, who was I heartbroken over? Buddhism's middle path teaches us to avoid extremes and stay balanced. Because in the end, everything fades. Can you do that? But in Thai culture, this means that chasing after happiness might not be all that useful, because in the end, no matter how much you chase it, it just fades away. True perfection doesn't really exist. Perfect wealth doesn't really exist either. Let's say someone manages to earn a certain amount of money. They might think, wow, I've made it. But after a short while, they'll want even more. Perfect relationships don't really exist either. If you try to chase after perfection in a relationship, in the end, you'll just end up trying to control your partner even more. The feeling is kind of like a cat. Does anyone here have a cat? Cats are cute, but if you go, I really want to play with you, it runs away. But on days when I just sit there doing nothing, it jumps onto my lap by itself. So maybe happiness isn't really the destination, right? Maybe it's just about enjoying the journey and seeing yourself make a little progress, bit by bit. According to this theory, it says that the most paradoxical paradox about happiness is that whenever we stop feeling like, wow, I really want it so badly, happiness will come to us on its own. And after that, I came across another piece of information that made me go, wait, really? It said that the happiness and suffering we think we experience, like this thing I'm going through, it's suffering, or this thing I'm going through, it's super happy, might not actually be real. What's actually real then? Because this theory says that in reality, our brains are always running through a filter, like everything that we see around us, we judge based on our previous personal experiences in life. According to the theory, this means that your brain is running what's called cognitive biases, multiple biases at the same time, like 10 or even more different ones at once. For example, consider confirmation bias. This specific bias makes you actively seek out and find evidence to support what you already believe. Whether what you believe is actually true or not, we don't know. But if you say, yeah, you found this evidence, then you just confirm it, see? But that's just your brain searching according to confirmation bias. Or like the halo effect, for example. It makes you mistakenly think that being more attractive means being better, which might not actually be true. I don't know. But I love being beautiful, so I'll just keep dressing up. Or take the theory of loss aversion, for instance. It makes people feel more afraid of losing 100,000 baht than they feel happy about gaining 100,000 baht. Something like that. But you know what's worse? Even though we know deep down that the way we see things is filtered and might not even be true, we still try to find reasons to make it seem true. When someone says, hey, we're arguing with logic, how can you be sure that the reasons you're talking about aren't biased? Yeah, and the worst part is, We can't really remove these biases from our minds because they're mechanisms that have been built into us for our survival. But what we can do is recognize that these biases actually exist. So, next time when you feel super confident about something, or when you're arguing with someone and you're like, no, I have reasons, I'm right, you have to give in, try pausing for a moment and thinking, wait, am I being biased right now? Are my eyes seeing things through a filter? Doing this might help reduce conflict and outbursts, just reminding yourself. Because according to theory, since our brains have these filters, it's said that our brains are actually incredibly skilled editors. After reading up to this point, I started to wonder, can I call this creativity? Like, I started to think that. Hey, if they say that our brains don't really see things as they truly are and our brains are such skilled editors, then I started to think, okay, so our brains edit what we perceive, right? So let's say we have some unresolved issues from the past, some bad experiences that have become problems in our lives today. Can we edit those too? That got me thinking. And then I came across, turns out it's actually possible. Because according to the theory of the 10 types of bias that run in our brains, there's a real possibility that we can change our memories from the past. This theory also says that our memories aren't like tape recorders. They don't just record exactly what happened and play it back the same way every time we remember. That's not how it works. Because in reality, a memory is just what we remember the last time we recalled it. That's all. So, for example, let's say something happened in the past, like with me, Sai. When I was a kid, I got insulted by a friend and it made me feel super insecure about myself. My friend called me canal water skin, saying it wasn't pretty at all. I got called that when I was 15, and it became a long-lasting issue for me, making me feel like I wasn't pretty or anything like that. I didn't really dare to dress up or anything until, well, I eventually got over it. So Joy thought, okay, let's say something like that happens in anyone's life. We can actually send ourselves back into that memory to tell that kid, hey, there's nothing wrong with you. No matter what color your skin is, you're beautiful. Honestly, if we're being positive about the world, just because someone is fair-skinned doesn't mean they're better, right? Or like if you really do feel insecure about your skin color when you grow up, you don't have to be sad about it. There's technology, there are doctors, and there are tons of great cosmetics. We can do our makeup however we want in any color we like. You'll be beautiful, so don't be sad. Just be yourself, do whatever you want, try out different looks. Did you ever have issues as a kid? Imagine your adult self going back to hug that child. Go tell them to forgive themselves, or just tell them, hey, when you grow up, you're going to be absolutely amazing, so there's no need to worry about it. The main idea is that trauma is a memory that made us feel so bad, it still causes us problems today, right? If we can change how we feel about that memory, make it into something better, there's a good chance it'll make your life easier today. Like I said, memories, actually, you're not actually remembering the event itself. You're remembering the last feeling you had when you thought about that event. After I looked into all this information, I started to think, honestly, there really aren't that many things in life we can control or do. But if we choose to focus on the right things, it actually feels meaningful and valuable. So what we need to do is figure out what things, if we put our energy into them, and it actually benefits our lives versus the things we worry and stress about to the point of driving ourselves crazy, which are basically useless. That's the 20% circle and the 80% circle I showed you at the beginning. The 20% is what we can control, ourselves and our own reactions. The way to really make things better and change your life is by changing your habits. It's not about working super hard or being intense about everything, not at all. And if you're watching my channel, Money Monster, you're probably someone who's pretty into personal finance, numbers and stuff like that, right? And this is the final technique for building habits that lead to success and change your life. It's called the compound effect, just like compound interest. To really improve your life, you have to change your habits. For example, if you want to be fit, you need to develop habits that fit people have, like eating well and exercising. If you truly want to be wealthy, you need to build the habits of a wealthy person. Or if you want to be skilled, you need to have the habits of someone who's skilled, like being diligent. Knowledge, diligence, self-improvement, all of that. But like I said, it's not about going all out, making some huge effort all at once and then quitting. It's about building habits little by little, step by step, without stressing yourself out too much. Let me give you a number as an example. If you improve yourself by just 1% every day, after 1 year, you'll have improved by as much as 3,778%. That means if you get just 1% better each day for a year, you'll be 30 times better. Exactly. And the same goes the other way. If you get a little bit worse every day, just 1% each day, after a year, you'll be in a really negative place. For example, let's say every time you're stressed, you have to grab something sweet or a snack to eat. If you do it just once, it's no big deal. But if every single time you're stressed you reach for sugar, over the course of a year, that adds up to thousands of times, and you'll definitely gain weight. But do you like it? If you do, then go ahead. No one's stopping you. But if you don't like it, you might need to change the way you think and start building new habits. Because those little choices in our lives don't seem to matter at all until they pile up enough to suddenly make a big difference. And success isn't about making huge efforts. It's about doing a little bit at a time, taking it easy, just going with the flow. Can you do that? I don't know. Just try to keep your mind at ease. Just focus on what you can actually do. If something's out of your control, don't try to control it. Because that bright, amazing future really just depends on the little things we do every day. So, did you get the treasure called relax from this video? An experience like that one will stay with you for a long time. So we can continue to grow and evolve together with the series Treasure Hunt with the Little Demon.